So, I wonder if you can guess what we're playing tonight. Any clues? Skeletons? Undead? Yep, you've guessed it. Another game of Dragon Rampant. Yeah, hi guys. So welcome to my War Games hobby channel. You've guessed it, yeah. Well, we are playing Dragon Rampant tonight. And I'm playing Steve. I've got my Undead out again. And Steve is playing with mainly his Anglo-Saxons, but with a few extra bits to make it more fantasy, more Dragon Rampant. Tonight, I'm trying something which some of you might call cheesy. I'm going to admit to it. I'm not sure about this at all, but having spoken to several people that already play the rules, they're saying, no, it's not too cheesy. We've seen other people use it, so I don't feel quite as guilty. So one of the problems I've got with my Undead army is I can't seem to win with it very often. All right, it may well be down to my rubbish dice rolling, which, you know, I'm known for. It might be because tactically I'm not using them correctly, but certainly winning with them is a bit of an issue. And I love playing with them. They're a great little army. I really enjoy it. So I need to make a few changes to give them more of a chance of winning. One of the problems with Undead is that in combat they suffer this, the losses, they go up to the next loss. So for example, on a unit of, say my lovely chariots here, they've got armour 4, but you've only got to get 1 hit on them and it rounds up to 4 hits, so you rounds up to the next casualty. And if you should get 5 hits on them, it rounds up to 8, so it'll be two casualties on a unit of what is 6, which makes them very vulnerable. They don't seem to do very well, and they're an expensive unit to have, but I do like my chariots. I'm going to keep them, but I've got to try and find a way of getting around that. So because Undead have that problem when they get into melee, I've decided to go really totally sort of ranged fire in the hope that I can do the damage from a long range, and that they, all right, if they go in, they will get into combat at some point, especially against a very aggressive army. But I don't want to go into combat voluntarily myself, because I'm at a disadvantage if I do so. So that's the first thing. I'm going to make more of a ranged army. The second thing I'm going to do is, because I want to keep away from the enemy as much as I can, this is the cheesy bit, okay? I'm going to be using Cowardly. Now the whole of my army, Steve's just laughed at this, the whole of my army is Cowardly. It's -1 per unit, which means I can spend more on the rest of on the army. We're playing 36 points tonight, but what Cowardly does, if I read it out, when required to retreat, the unit must move its full movement distance rather than the usual half distance affected by usual terrain. Now the thing is, Undead, they've got no feelings, have they? They don't actually get battered, and so therefore won't be falling back. They would fall back if I attacked and the result was a draw, then they would have to fall back. But since I'm not going to be trying that very hard to do that, I think that's almost in my favour, having them as Cowardly. You say, that's a little bit cheesy, isn't it? But there's nothing to say in the rules you can't do that. And I do know, having spoken to a few guys, that they've seen that before with other armies and Undead as well. So it really does suit an Undead army, and it suits a shooty army, basically, because you want to keep away from the enemy. And it means I can have a few other extra points used for making the rest of the troops a bit stronger. So we're going to see how that goes. Steve doesn't mind me doing this. Do you, Steve? No, he says. He may live to regret it.
I might.
But we'll see. If it works really well, and if no one's got a problem, I might do it again. But let's just see how we get on today to see whether it makes a huge difference. I still might lose because knowing me, I'll still roll rubbish dice anyway. But it'd be interesting to see because it should give me more chance. Certainly if I'm facing elite infantry that only move 6 inches, if I go back a full move, hopefully I'll always be out of his range. He'll have to move up twice to make contact again. But we'll see. Okay, my necromancer here, I've made him, I did have him, I've tried him in various guises, but I'm actually going by what it says in the army list, that so he counts as heavy missiles, and but I've not made him a summoner. I think the summoner is something that seems expensive and I can't often see how much I would use that, but anyway, I've decided not to. But I've given him bodkins, so the arrows he fires have got bodmins, or he doesn't actually fire arrows as such, but he's whether they be bolts or some sort of magic that he shoots off. In fact, it says in the book, oh we are, so heavy missiles may also represent a giant throwing rocks or a magic user. So, you know, it doesn't have to be actually arrows that he shoots, but I've given him the bodkin upgrade, so they really are quite effective. It basically means any 6s I roll count as 2 hits. As it happens, Steve's got a unit that's got a similar thing. He can, if he rolls 6s, will double up as well. And the other thing is I've given him heavy armour because I think that, which again is an upgrade you can have for heavy missiles, they can be shielded, which is an extra 2 points. So the armour goes up to 4 for ranged and 3 for melee. The one unit I've got that actually does go into contact or I've called them whites, but they're bellicose foot. But what I've done with those, when I can find them, is I've given them this blessed blades, so they get 3 extra attack dice. It's expensive, it's 4 points to have, but I thought, well, they're going to do a lot of damage initially because they don't survive long. They've got armour 2, so they will die quickly if they get a lot of hits on them. But I thought while they're around, they're going to be very hopefully effective with getting the extra 3 dice. That's so instead of using 12 dice to shoot, they use 15, and if they get down to half strength, instead of using 6, they get 9. So they can be quite effective even at half strength. The only other unit I've got, an unusual one, is I've got this unit called a were creature. So one of my units, which Steve doesn't know which one it is yet, when it takes casualties, I roll to see whether it changes into lesser war beasts. So there's been quite a few interesting changes I've done to my undead army to see if I can actually win with it for a change. I think I've won with them once since I've had them, so I want to see how this goes. And Steve's very kindly not bothered about what I do with my army list, so we'll see how we get on. Right, so we rolled a dice. We're just going to have a straight game, nothing too complicated. We're going to be getting stuck in. Well, I won't be. I'm going to try and stay back, but I should advance to a degree, and then I shall let him do all the attacking because that would be to my advantage, hopefully. In fact, it's fair to say that in certain scenarios, a shooty army might be at a disadvantage. But just for this first game, we're just going to have a straight game. Right, so Steve's going to do his move first. And what I'll do is, the usual sort of thing I do, I won't record the whole game. It takes too long. I can't concentrate if I'm doing too much with the camera. But I will come back and let you know what's happening, give you sort of edited highlights of how the game goes, and then when the game is finished, I'll tell you what I think about my cheesy undead army. Right, okay, hope you enjoy it anyway. Right, hello Steve, how you doing mate? Now look, Steve's just moved, he won the toss, he moved his scouts up here near that wood, and then he failed to move anything else. So it's not a very good start by Steve. He's normally pretty good moving, but not today. Right, so I managed to move my entire army, which for me is amazing. I did fail once, but I managed to re-roll. Incidentally, the only wood we've got is this is a wood, but all the other trees are just individual trees. They're not actually a wood, even this lot over here. they should be it's more spread out, because we said we'd only have the one wood in the middle, so they don't count as a wood. This one does. So Steve's had one. We're doing the where if you fail, you get one chance to activate a unit if it's within 12 inches of the leader, which he's now done. So if he fails again, he won't move much more. Yeah, unluckily Steve's failed to move his bellicose foot here, so it's his turn over again. Oh dear, Steve, this is not like you at all, mate, is it? Right, my turn. I'll come back and let you know what's happening. Okay, so first blood to me. I shot with these over here. They didn't do any damage at all. They moved up. He's moved up. These guys shot over here as well and managed to get a casualty, but his courage was okay. And you can see I've gone into the wood and I've moved up my heavy infantry. So quite a successful move for me. Nothing spectacular, but the first blood goes to the Undead. Whilst in our break, look, we've got a busy night tonight. Look at all these people here. We've got all those games going down that side. We've got games going down this side. There's our game. Yeah, so a very busy night. I've just managed to open fire with my mixed unit here onto these skirmishes or scouts, and I've got 6 hits, so it's lost 3 figures. So now you've got to do a courage test for those, which is then -3. I was very lucky with that shooting. You don't normally do that well. But, 2 dice.
2 dice.
Well, you rolled a 7. You take 3 off, which makes it 4. But because your unit of scouts has got a courage of 5, it has to go back and it's battered. So it goes back half a move, which is 4 inches, and it becomes battered because it's only a small unit. It's lost half its strength already. A bit unlucky that, but no, I did roll well. Right, so I'm going to open fire. My necromancer here is opening fire over here, but because he's more than 12 inches away, which he is, instead of hitting on 4, 5 and 6, I'm only hitting on 5s and 6s. However, he's been upgraded to bodkins, so each 6 counts as 2 hits. So I'm just going to roll these dice and let you have a look at it. Right, let's take out the ones that didn't score. So you can see there, I got 3 6s, which counts as 6 hits, and another 2 5s. So that's 8 hits. Steve's got armour of 3, so he does lose 2 figures.
2? Right.
It is fair to say that so far I'm rolling really well, and Steve, totally unlike him, is not rolling well at all. It's and some days you get that, don't you, in gaming? Some days you turn up and you wish you hadn't turned up because you just roll rubbish all night. So far he's not doing very well, whereas I'm doing something I don't normally do and rolling well. So it looks like it's a bit one-sided at the moment, but that's nothing to do with the cheesy thing that I did. I'm just shooting well, and Steve taking heavy casualties. Look, I'm doing it again, guys. I've opened fire with my chariots here, and because of the range, I'm only hitting on 6s, but look, I've rolled through 4 of them. So it's another casualty on that unit, and they've got to do another courage test. 8. They've lost 4, they're down to 4, but their courage is 4, so they're fine.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to try and open fire with these are armed with bows. They don't. So I get 1 re-roll from him. Yes, they do fire. Again, they're hitting on 6s because they're a long way away. 3 6s there. It's another casualty. Wow. I'm really...
I flip you in a magic user unit.
For me, I'm really rolling well. You've got to do another courage test. You're now on -5.
4, 5, 6.
You rolled a 6, which means they're down to 1. So they've got to go back half a move battered.
moves 4, isn't it?
Crikey, guys, this is going well for me. Maybe having a shooty undead army is the way forward. But poor old Steve's just not rolling very well, and I'm just rolling. I don't remember rolling this well for a long time. So here we are. That's how it goes. Right, my skirmishes will try and move. They do. I'm just going to move to the edge of the wood a little bit more. Make sure I'm 3 inches away from you. And I'm just going to move up with these. They do. I've got to get within javelin range of you because they've got javelin. So I'm just going to move up a little bit. There you go. And my whites that are in this wood can try and move. They failed to charge, if you remember, earlier, but they can still move. I'm just going to move up slightly. They've got to be 3 inches away from you. So there we go. They've just moved up a little bit. I need smaller trees, don't I? Right, so that's my turn done, and a very good turn for me it was too. So it's your go, Steve. Okay, so Steve is really struggling at the moment. He's rolling really badly, unfortunately. He's got 2 battered units over there, both of which failed to rally this move, so they've gone back losing another figure. His hero is moving forward to my bow unit, mixed unit, should I say. And over here, his leader, which is elite infantry, have charged into the wood against my bellicose, or my whites, but their bellicose foot. Now that unit has got a countercharge, which I managed to do, so we're meeting in the wood. The interesting thing there is that they're both a ranger unit, so they both count their normal attack and defence dice in the rough terrain. They're hitting on 3s, so that's pretty powerful. I've only got armour of 2, so he should do some damage here. But my bellicose foot, or my whites, are also hitting on 3s, but they've also got blessed blades, so they get 3 extra dice, so I'm rolling 15 dice. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens in there. So I'll let you roll first, Steve. Do you want to roll them just near your troops there so we can see what you roll? I've only got armour of 2, don't forget, and you've got armour of 4, so you can take punishment better than me. So this is where you need a really good dice roll. Anything, you take out 1s and 2s. All 3s, 4s, 5s and 6s are all hits. So take out 1s and 2s. There's a 2 there, yeah. So you've got 8 hits. So that's 4 casualties on me. You see, they're a vulnerable unit. Okay, now it's me to roll. I shall roll my 15 dice because they've got these blessed, not blessed. They've got these blessed blades. I'll just use your tray. So I want 3s as well. So I'll take out the 1s and 2s. Oh, look at this. I mean, this is amazing for me. Only 2 misses there. So I've got 13 hits on you. You've got armour of 3. So that's 4 casualties. Sorry, armour of 4. I do apologise. So we both have to test to see what happens with regards to our courage. I'll do mine first, if you like. Well, I rolled 10, so I'm all right anyway because I'm undead. You rolled 8, elite unit, which have got a courage of 3, which means that I lost more than you and I have to go back. And because I'm cowardly, I have to go back a full move, which is 8 inches. So I'm going to go back, which takes me... So you can see what happened there, guys. Although I'm undead, and I can't, with a courage test, become battered. And I didn't anyway, I rolled quite well. But even then, I can't become battered. But I did lose the melee, and you still have to fall back with that. And because I'm cowardly, I have to do a full move. So yeah, that worked out all right. You pushed me back there, Steve.
Yeah.
So Steve's going to try and shoot with these now.
12 dice, isn't it?
No, first of all, you've got to activate them to shoot.
Oh, that's true.
And they're this unit of locally raised foot, which count as mixed weapons, and they shoot on a 6, 2 dice. And you need 6 and above, which you've got easily. So you roll now 12 dice, hitting on 5s. So it's 5s and 6s are hits. Everything else comes out. You've got to take out the 4s as well. They only hit on 4s, 5s and 6s. So you've got 4 hits, which is a casualty on me. I've got a test. Well, no problem with that at all, really. Do you know that's my first casualty? Amazing. Well, there we go. Everything's going my way in this game. Doesn't often happen with me, so they need to get up there as quick as they can. Just move the tree out of the way. So Steve's troops over here, because he's been rolling so bad for activations, they've been rather late coming into the battle, but they're starting to move up now. But unfortunately, he's really down quite a few troops at the moment. So it's going to take some recovery to come back into this game. But Steve's done it before, so let's wait and see. Okay, now my whites here, which are bellicose foot, they moved back 8 inches last time because I lost the melee, but therefore are still within 8 inches of their enemy just in the wood, and they are fleet-footed, so they have the normal movement in a wood, so they go straight back in, because I just had to do a wild charge again, which they managed. Just move the camera around a little bit so you can see what's happening here. My whites, or ghosts, or whatever you want to call them, which are bellicose foot, have charged the leader. And I'll roll first, if you like. But this is the unit that's got these blessed blades, so they're rolling 15 dice. You ready for this, Steve?
Yeah.
I'm hitting on 3s. Oh, that's more like it, but you've got armour of 3, so it's 1, 2. Wow, it's still three casualties, isn't it? So you're wiped out.
Yeah.
Wow. So but you do roll first. You roll to see what you do on me. And you roll 12 dice. And because you're elite foot, you hit on, and you're defending, you hit on 4 plus. Don't forget, I've only got armour of 2. So
I'm on 12 dice.
12, yeah, just don't use that one then. Those 12 are all right. So roll 12 dice, as many 4s as you can get. Oh, flipping heck, Steve. 3, 4, yeah, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 50%, which is about what you would get with rolling 4s. So I lose 3 more, which means I've got to test to see what happens to them. I roll a 7, but I've lost 5, I'm down to 2. But because they're undead, they don't run away. And your leader,
My whole leader's unit's gone.
right, and they got a battered. Now this unit here, yeah, all right, yeah, and these ones. Yeah, they're all right, because they've not taken any casualties, so they're fine as well. So not too bad. I'll activate these skirmishes. They're just going to come out there. Activate these to move forward. Oh, I'm just waiting for Steve to come back. and then I'm going to open fire on his hero over there with up to 3 units. Oh, yeah, up to 3 units. I think that making Undead more of a ranged or shooty army seems to have worked. They can be pretty devastating, assuming you activate them to shoot, which I'm doing so tonight. I've only failed once so far. As far as the points using making them cowardly, they've only had to fall back once anyway, so it's certainly working, but it's more a case of because I'm rolling really well tonight. I wish I could do this every night. And Steve, unlike him, who's normally a bit jammy when it comes to rolling, he normally rolls really well, he's having a bit of a nightmare, so it's a bit of a shame. I'd like to have had a closer game. It looks like it's going to be an easy win for the Undead tonight, which is nice in a way, but not nice the way it's happened, because if he'd just rolled his normal dice and I'd rolled my normal dice, it would be a completely different game. So I don't think you should ever take one game as a test as to whether something works or not. It's working for me tonight, but that's purely down to dice rolls. Now, I said earlier how well I'm rolling tonight. Well, I've just rolled 12 dice here, hitting on 4s, 5s and 6s. And I've got 2 hits, no 6s, and if I had got 6s, they count double because now my leader's got bodkins. So there we are. It just shows you can't always do it, and that's my normal dice roll. And for the first time tonight, I've rolled rubbish, and Steve's breathing a sigh of relief. However, I shall now shoot with these guys. They do. You only hit on 5s and 6s though. It's 4 hits. You've got an armour of 4, so it's take 1 casualty off. Yeah, he's down to 5 now. And you have to do a courage test. 6, you're all right with that, mate? No problem. And my last unit will try and shoot, which are the mixed unit, which they do. Again, hitting on 5s and 6s. You've got 3 units firing at you there now, Yes, it's another hit, so take another figure off. And do another courage test. You've got a courage of 3, so...
5.
That's all right,
Yeah,
you're okay with
4.
that, you're down to 3. Oh,
I rolled a 5.
oh, you rolled, 9, so no problem with that at all. So it's your turn. Right, Steve's managed to rally the unit, the mixed unit, which is here, mixed weapons, and now he's charged his berserkers. They would actually stack up here. They've only got an 8-inch move, so they've got to be sort of stacked up like they all count. There you go, a bit more like that. They all count. Right, I'll let you roll first, Steve. Put your tray in the middle there, so we can see what's happening. You've got 12 dice, and you're hitting. If I am right, hold on a minute, let me just see what you got. Yeah, your berserkers, they hit on 3+, so they should do some serious damage here. Right, lots of 3s, 4s, 5s and 6s. Well, that's better. Have you got any 1s and 2s at all? No.
There's a word for that.
Now that's that's what you normally do, Steve, in the
We
past.
need to coin a word for that.
Yeah,
Getting all 12 hits, we should coin a word for
yeah. What should we call it? Not jammy, no.
that. Doing an Alex.
Doing it, Alex. Yeah, it's not me, mate. Well, that's a great roll. Steve's got 12 hits there. I've got armour of 3, but I still
Back in
lose
the box.
four
Including
figures.
my magic units.
Wow.
So, and my leader.
Right, so I have now got to roll. You can take your dice out of there now.
Right, yeah.
That was amazing, Steve.
No, I didn't.
That's a bit more like it, mate. That's what you normally do. Right, I'm defending. I'm heavy infantry defending. So I'm hitting on 4s. All right, put it there because I can leave. That's within camera range. I need 4s. Let's take out the ones that didn't score a hit. Oops. So there we go. I got 6 hits. You've got armour of 2, so you lose 3 figures. We both now have to test. Now that's interesting. I rolled 4. You rolled 5. So I'm okay. I actually equal to my. I'm down to 0, but they've got to be a negative for me to rout. And you rolled a 5, didn't you, Steve? And you lost 3 figures. So you're down to 2. So you have to go back, and you're battered, believe it or not. Yeah, that's no problem. They can move up 8 inches because they're. Oh, are they heavy infantry? They're 6 inches then.
I don't know what they are.
Yeah, 6 inches. They're heavy infantry. Right, it's my turn. Since this is a seriously bad unit for allowing him to get into contact with me, he can charge me next move. But I've got 4 units here that can open fire on him, so I'm hoping that I'm going to stop him from contacting me, which seems a bit mean considering what I'm doing to the rest of his army, but there we go. You got to do what you got to do. So I'm going to start off with my necromancer. Yeah, they can shoot. Well, I want 5 from 6s, and 6s count double. Well, I've got no 5s at all, but I did get 2 6s, so that's 4 hits, which is a casualty on you, Steve.
Is it? Okay. On which one?
On your hero. I'll do it for you.
It's down to 3.
So he's down to 3 now, yeah. So they've been activated, he has. Now my, I'll do my mixed unit. No, they don't. I'll do a re-roll. Yes, they do this time. Hitting on 5s and 6s. Not enough, so I failed dismally there. Now my chariots will open fire if they can, which they do. Hitting on 4s. They're within 12 inches, so they got 5 hits, which is another casualty on you. And the last unit is this unit. I shall try and shoot with that, which I failed to do. So I've damaged him quite a bit. He's only got 2 left out of 6. So I've whittled him down bit by bit, but he's still pretty strong if he gets stuck in. Steve's attacking me over here. He wants 5s with his unit because they're heavy infantry, but they're attacking.
2 hits.
2 hits.
Yeah.
Not enough. Let me next, Steve. I want 4s because I'm defending. I got enough to take 1 casualty off you. You've got to do a courage test because you took a casualty. Yeah, they're fine, but they have to go back because you lost a melee. There we are, that'll do. So they're all done. It's just your...
Oh yeah, because I had to recover them.
Yeah, you had to recover. It's just your hero over here now. Yeah.
6.
So he can now go in here.
Yeah, oh good.
The trouble is, he's less than half strength, so he only gets 6 dice.
Only 6 dice.
But you want 6s because they double.
Yeah.
They double up. Not a single 6. 2 5s. Oh, wait a minute. What else do you need? 4s as well? Hero champion. You're hitting on 3+. So you've actually got 4 hits there, which is 2 casualties on me. Take those 2 off. I fight back. This is my light foot that are armed with, well, it's a mixed unit, and they defend on 4s. They've got quite a good defence value, but whether they can get enough hits on you to cause a casualty, oh, they can. Look at that. Oh, no, I can't. Yes, I can. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's one more hit on you. You're down to 1 now. You've got to do a test for that unit. Yeah, all right. You're fine, and I've got to test mine because I took casualties. I'm all right as well, but because I lost more than you, it's me that's got to go back. And of course, because I'm cowardly, I go back a full 8 inches. Because I don't do half a move, they're cowardly. If they go back at all, they have to move back a long way. So at least next time you are within 6 inches of my leader, but you've only got 1 left. I think I might shoot you next time. It's my turn. Okay, do you want to see this or not really? So the first thing I'm going to try and do is shoot at you with my leader. He does. This may not be good news for you, Steve. No, it's definitely not. Look, 3 6s, which is 6 hits. 4 6s, which is 8, and another one 9. So he's dead.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right, Steve's managed to make a bit of a comeback here. I had a unit of heavy infantry here. His bellicose foot charged, and I disappeared. I did a bad test, and they were down to a couple of figures anyway. And he's caused a casualty over here. And although these are still okay, they're only down to 5 men, my whites or my bellicose infantry in the wood. So I've got to bring the rest of my army round now. It's still very much in my favour. Can't see me losing this, although you shouldn't say that, should you, ever? But he's only got 3 units left. I've just got to finish them off if I can. Yeah, my whites had to do a charge, a wild charge onto Steve's bellicose foot. He's done a counter charge. He's sitting on 3s. So you've got how many? Looks like you've got 9. So because of Undead, and he rounds up, it's actually 5 casualties. So I'm completely wiped out there. So my whites have done a good job, but they've all now gone. And now I've got to, I do fight back before I die, but I only had 5 men, so that's 6 dice. Plus, because they got blessed blades, they get another 3. So I'm hitting back with 9, which is still pretty good. And I want 3s. Well, I actually got 5 hits. You've got armour of 2, so that's 2 figures. So you've lost 6 men. You've got to do a test now for those, Steve. You rolled 7, you've lost 6, you're down to 1, so they become battered and go back, unfortunately. So they just go back there. Still my turn. Now I'm going to throw javelins at you, if I can, which I don't. I'm too far away to do a re-roll. Okay guys, well the game is over. I won quite easily. In fact, Steve did really well in the second half of the game. He came back, he managed to destroy 2 of my units, but I still had 5 units and very strong on the table. And he only had 3 units left, 2 of which were battered and were likely to go next turn anyway. And we just decided to call it a day because there's no way he's going to come back and win. So, as I mentioned before, it was a little bit of a cheesy. Graham sitting next to me. I've got to be careful what I say here. Hello, Graham. Hello, here he is. There he is. He says, "What is going on here?" So, as I mentioned earlier, it's a bit of a cheesy army. I didn't win because of what I did actually. My firepower and my dice rolling was, for me, way above what I normally do. I'm normally rubbish, as you know, but I only failed once to shoot. And when I was shooting, I was whittling him down bit by bit. Steve rolled very, very badly at the start of the game. I've never seen him roll so bad. And as you know, anyone playing war games, if you roll very, very badly, whatever you do, you're going to lose, whatever. So even if you do the right tactics. So I didn't win because Graham's staring at me here.
No.
Yeah, so Steve really was very unlucky at the start of the game. He did recover well, but not enough to do anything really to me. I was just too strong. Making it a shooty army, I think, does help Undead, because the few times you did get into melee, a couple of times you managed to round up figures, but other times he didn't. So unfortunately Steve just didn't roll well enough at the start of the game, and by the time we did starting rolling a bit better, it was all over by the shouting. So it's not a very good trial of my new Undead army, pointed up quite differently. I'll have to have a couple more games, let you know how I get on. But I'll be interested to see what you feel about using an entire force as cowardly. In fact, I could also use my goblins. They'd be good cowardly, wouldn't they? Because you tend to think goblins should be. But certainly if it's a shooty army, it does seem to help. So I hope you still enjoyed that, and interested to know your comments below whether you think that's acceptable or not, or whether it is too cheesy. Nothing in the rules to say you can't do that. It certainly makes the Undead stronger, but I certainly would put a lot more firepower in the Undead than I have in the past, because they're just not a melee army. If that rounding up is too painful for them. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon.